Hi, I'm Sarah Long, Director of the North Suburban Library System, and your host for What's New in Libraries. Today we'll hear from Ann Craig, the new Director of the Illinois State Library. Learn how you can apply for a passport at the library, understand how to conduct genealogy research, discover a special Frankenstein program, and learn more about volunteers at the Giants exhibit. When you mention the word library, people often think of books immediately. And of course we do have books, lots of them. Every library has books. And nowadays people wonder, 20 years from now, will there be only computers in libraries, or maybe we won't have libraries at all? But I'm here to tell you, a library will be here 20 years from now, and 40 years and 50 years from now. And yes, there will be books, I believe, and there'll be other things too. A library today and tomorrow is much more than books. For example, think about the audiovisual and media that's at your library. All kinds of movies on videotape and on DVD. There's all kinds of music on CDs. There's an incredible wealth of information that comes in such a myriad of ways. Look at the computers in libraries and you'll find access to electronic databases, often that can be accessed from home. Libraries often have exhibits too. These would be art exhibits, exhibits of artists in the community, or maybe artifacts from other places. One of the things that many libraries do is they exhibit the collections of people in their area, especially children. I love to see that. Some little kid's collection of cars or whatever. It's just so sweet, so appealing. But there are other things too that libraries offer. Many services, such as the ability to register to vote. In some libraries, you can get a passport. Another service that you commonly find in libraries is a notary public. So think about what your library might have. Think about what you would like for your library to have, and ask. Ask if they have these new and unusual services. Ask if they have books in foreign languages. Ask if there is a way that they could have programs in foreign languages, as well as programs for adults and children. Libraries are for readers, but they're also for writers. They're also for people who have a lot of interest, people who are collectors. Libraries are for everyone, and there's something for everyone at the library. NorthstarNet is a community information network of more than 120 communities in the Chicago suburbs, serving a total population of over 2 million. Nearly 1,000 organizations, businesses, and schools participate in NorthstarNet. Need information about restaurants, organizations, or activities in your community? Visit NorthstarNet. NorthstarNet, powered by librarians, your information professionals. We're at the Ela Area Public Library, and I'm talking to Terry Meyer, who is the Adult Program Coordinator. Terry, this is quite an exhibit.
Oh, I'm glad you could join us here today. It's called Frankenstein Penetrating the Secrets of Nature. It's based on Mary Shelley's novel.
And this is a traveling exhibit.
Yes, it is. It's a national traveling exhibit. It was actually put together by the National Library of Medicine and the American Library Association. and then the National Endowment for Humanities. So we have a lot of major sponsors as well as local sponsors.
And it's a big exhibit. I mean, not just any library could host this.
No, we're very fortunate that we have the space here in our new building, 1,000 square feet it took to host the exhibit. So we actually wrote the grant in 2001 and received the grant in 2002, excuse me. And so therefore here it is, 2005 already.
So an exhibit like this doesn't just happen. Surely you had help.
Oh, certainly. We had the national sponsors, which were National Library of Medicine, American Library Association, and then the National Endowment for the Humanities, as well as our local sponsors. And the Friends of the Library were one of the major sponsors, Cambridge Bank, LaSalle Bank. Then we had some local patrons that gave, the Bob Johnson family, Chris Stahoviak family, the Cultural Arts Connection, a local arts council, Ela Township 55 Plus sponsored a program, and actually a program that we had here was sponsored by the Illinois Arts Council, and then North Central College, and the Jeffrey Caudell family.
Oh, so a
So
whole
we-
bevy of.
Yes, we have
Yeah.
a lot of support. Otherwise, we really couldn't have done the programming and gave justice to the exhibit.
And you've put a lot of your programming around this during this period of time, right?
Yes, we all adult programming was themed around the exhibit, children's, teens, and even some senior programs. So, yes.
So what is the thrust of the exhibit, especially since the National Library of Medicine was involved?
Actually, I'll quote Susan Lederer. She was their curator for their exhibit, and she said it really is speaking of being a human being and living in the human community. So that's kind of the
And this is
main
very,
focus.
very relevant now in these days of Dolly, cloning, genetic
Exactly.
engineering, all of these kinds of.
Well, and I think too, what we touched on besides the exhibit with the programming is from the literary to scientific to the ethics of what the the basis of the novel. So,
I'm clutching this book. You had a contest to create a book covers. Was this for teens or?
yes, it was for teens. Erica Christensen, who is our popular services manager, was in charge of this program, and so they had a contest, and teens submitted their covers, and then those
This,
were.
this book is
This is
Frankenstein.
yes, it's a circulating copy. So they designed a new cover for Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
That's great.
So,
Well,
yeah.
this is pretty Frankenstein-like.
Yeah. So we had,
You know, one of the things I've learned from this exhibit, and this is my own, I guess, innocence or stupidity, I thought the monster was named Frankenstein. He's not. He's the monster.
right. No, I think that's everyone's misconception. That it was Dr. Frankenstein, but
Yes.
I think what it is because Frankenstein is his child.
Yes.
So therefore, that's his name is
Yeah.
Frankenstein.
Yeah. Well, this is really great.
Great.
Other things you'd like to tell us about?
No, I think we're looking forward to hosting other national exhibits, and I think we were pleased to have this in our library. We wanted to bring this to our community and give them an opportunity to come to their library to see an
Sure.
exhibit, so they didn't have to go to downtown and see, I think, a museum quality exhibit. So.
I'm talking to Ann Craig, who is the newly appointed director of the Illinois State Library. And the Illinois State Library is in Springfield, right?
That's correct.
And the major, I guess, goal or reason for the library existing is to serve as a library for state government.
That's true. Our primary clientele is the elected officials and employees of state government. So when you come into our library, we have things that have to do with transportation and the environment, nuclear safety, education. We don't have fiction or
No children's books.
right,
I
that
like
kind
it.
of thing.
But you do other things as well.
Oh my, yes. In addition to the library part of the library, we also have a library development group. And the library development group puts together grant offerings for the library community in general.
So
and
this is state money that you re-grant?
state and federal money. And we take that money and we put together programs, and libraries help us put together programs, and we offer them so that libraries can do things that maybe, Sarah, they wouldn't have the money to do otherwise.
Yes, I've often thought that without that money, that it's the only development money most libraries have.
Well, that's true, and it allows librarians and libraries to stretch in ways that maybe they wouldn't necessarily have gone. And that's a wonderful thing.
It is.
It's great to be able to experiment and do things that you know your community needs, programs that you know will be model for other communities. And it's it's great to be the organization that can help make that possible.
Yeah. Now, you've worked at the library since 1989?
Since 1989,
And so you've done a lot of different things there.
I have.
You probably have a little private list of, if I was in charge of here, what I would do. So tell us confidentially, what's on the list? What will you be doing?
Okay, the microphone's off, right?
That's right.
Okay. The first thing I would do would be to make sure every single library is on the internet.
I thought they all were. I thought the Gates people had been here. And
Not all of them, Sarah. Not all of them. Internet connectivity is still a major hurdle for many libraries in the state. Make sure they're all on the internet and make sure their collections are available. And in other words, what are their jewels and how can they make those jewels visible to the outside world? I think if we don't get every single library in our state to that point, we're going to lose them. That's where more and more of our users, and certainly more and more of the younger generations coming up, that's where they expect services and products to be, is on the web. And so I think that's a huge priority and one that we still have. We're in good shape. But
and this state particularly has
Yes.
worked hard on that goal.
yes, we have for many years.
Yes.
But we do need to make sure that that is a reality
Finish it up.
for all libraries, absolutely. And then provide the content, Sarah. Make sure that there's something there once the patron gets there, once the user gets there, that there's something that he or she can sink their teeth into. So that's right up there at the top of my list. And then school libraries. I think we have got to, as a state, come together and support our school libraries. Without school libraries, the children coming up through the school libraries, if they don't know about libraries and they aren't trained about using libraries, they aren't going to be library supporters. I continue to believe that as librarians coming into this digital age, we need to turn ourselves inside out.
Now, what do you mean by that?
I mean, Sarah,
It sounds painful.
It does, doesn't it? I don't think it is, though. We've spent many, many years as librarians, I know I have,
Sure.
getting stuff, bringing things into our buildings, cataloging them, bringing patrons into our
Yes.
buildings, and that's wonderful. But now it's time to take that material, that information, and push it out. And whether that means digitization projects, whether that means making sure that their collections are completely accessible on the web, whether that means adding content from other sources so that it is exposed universally. I think that's where we're going to get the biggest bang for our buck, so
I
to speak.
agree. I mean, when you read all the articles and when you talk to young people, the articles about young people, those of us who don't have teenagers in the home, that's the way the world is going.
It
They
is.
want everything on one device and they want it available electronically
They
and
do.
24/7.
They do.
And the library can't do that. I think we're just becoming an anachronism.
Not that technology is the end-all, but it is a tool that we must embrace.
Yeah.
And as you said, they want to carry it around
Yes.
in their pocket. I was at a presentation not long ago that an entire database, an entire huge database with millions and millions of records fit on one of these little
That's
pocket
incredible.
devices that used to take a computer the
Sure.
size of this room.
Yes.
So the kids coming up, my sons, my
Sure.
daughter, that's what they want. And you know what? That's where we need to be.
Now, how are you going to do this? I mean, you're just one skinny girl. How are you going to make all this happen?
Lots of vitamins.
Yeah, right.
Well, we have an incredible staff at the State Library. Lots of very creative, talented people. But beyond that, there are people like you, Sarah, people all over the state who are librarians. Don't just come to work.
No, they don't. It's a calling.
It's a love. It's a, I'm going to die over this.
Yes, yes.
And we have an incredible base of support for moving areas, not just these that I've named, but lots of different areas forward. So my job, as I see it, is to bring these forces, these passions, these dedicated people together and move things.
And sort of to focus
Yes,
the energy.
absolutely. To make a target and aim for it.
Sure. Well, I certainly wish you well, and I'll do whatever I can to help.
I know you will, Sarah. You're a very
Great to
dear
talk to
lady.
you.
And you.
Can you name the one place where you have access to nearly everything on the web, and in print, and even have personal assistants to help find what you're looking for? It's right in your backyard, the library. Libraries have always been places for education and self-help. Today, they're at the forefront of the information age. Come see what's new at your library.
We're at the Ela Area Public Library, and I'm talking to Kim Murphy, who's the head of information. Kim, a lot goes on under the banner of information.
Absolutely. We are a very busy desk here. This year we just started our passport services, but we have in the past done and continue to do voters registration. We supply tax forms for the public, and then we do normal library things such as register people for programs, take meeting room applications, and answer our phones, which I hope don't interrupt us too much today.
So about this passport, that's a pretty unusual service for a library.
It is, and it's been so popular. We're one of the few libraries in the state of Illinois that do this, and we have the best hours. So this facility is open till 9, so we do passports up till 8:30, and then we also do it on the weekends. So we're here Sundays, which is a rarity, and Saturdays until 4:30. We've been getting people from all over the state
Really?
coming. The federal webpage for passports lists our library as a place you can come get passports. So we've had people from Schaumburg, Morton Grove, finding out that we're open these long hours and making the trek out to Lake Zurich to have their passports done.
So what does one need to bring?
You need to have an official birth certificate with the embossed stamp on it,
So no photocopies.
no photocopies. And if you just become an American citizen, you need your official citizenship paper with the embossed stamp as well. And those get sent to the federal agency, and they do come back. People get very worried about that,
Yes.
but the federal agency sends them back with your passport. You also need 2 passport photos, and we do that here. We charge $10 for that, or you can have it done at a Walgreens or any other place that does passport photos.
And so what kind of money do you need to bring?
You need 2 checks. We only take checks for money orders because you'll be paying the library for our service and time to process your fee.
much is that?
It's a $30 fee to the library, and then the passport fee, depending on how old you are. If you're under 16, it's $52, and if you're over 16, a grown-up, it's $67.
And then if you had your picture taken here, it's another 10.
An additional 10 to the library, correct.
So how long have you been doing this?
We just started in February. We became commissioned in January.
That was February 05.
05, correct. And we were booming. Our biggest month was April. We did 134 passports.
And so will I have to stand in a line when I come?
Absolutely not. We have everyone here at the information desk trained to do passports, and we also have our reader services desk staff trained. So if we get overwhelmed, we can bring them over. And I'm always staffed with 2 people here, so we have never had a line.
That's great. That's great. A great attitude.
Thank you.
Thanks for talking to me.
No problem.
Want to know where to go for good children's programs? Do you know where teens go to learn how to write poetry? It's the library. Watch What's New in Libraries, hosted by Sarah Long, Director of the North Suburban Library System, and learn about the wide variety of people and communities that libraries affect. To learn more about What's New in Libraries, visit our website at www.whatsnewinlibraries.org. And remember to visit your library either in person or online and find out what's new.
We're in the Shackley Room, which is for genealogy, here at the Arlington Heights Memorial Library. And I'm talking today to
Carol Bloom, Manager of Information Services.
And Michael Mulholland, Local History and Genealogy Librarian.
And you have an award there, Michael. Mm-hmm. What's that for?
Well, this is the Caring Hearts Award that was awarded to the genealogy volunteers as a group. at a banquet that was given just a few weeks ago.
Very interesting.
And we're very proud of it.
And who gave you this award, Carol?
The Volunteer Center has a Caring Hearts Award. Many categories, so they gave a lot of awards that evening, but ours was for service to the community because the genealogy volunteers have logged about 3,000 hours each year in volunteer service in this room.
And so it's not only service to the library, but service to the residents
Absolutely.
of Arlington Heights or anyone who comes here.
Right.
How many volunteers do you have?
There are about 22 volunteers.
I'm talking to two of the award-winning volunteers. Your name is?
Carol Rademacher.
Marilyn Hallman.
And have you been a volunteer here long?
Yes, since I guess it started. Carol asked me to come and volunteer here.
Because you were already good at genealogy, I bet.
Yes, I wrote for a magazine for 20 years.
Oh, you have a little experience too. That's great.
And taught genealogy for 20
Oh,
years.
that's wonderful. So the nature of your volunteer duties are mostly helping others?
Yes, that's what we do here, just to help whatever they need, hopefully.
Have you been a volunteer long?
Not as long as Carol, probably about 6 years.
And what would you say is your forte?
Finding lost people.
Well, that's pretty good. I think they even pay for that, don't they?
Just helping people find, I guess most of my research has been in the United States. I've done some overseas, but just helping people know where to look to find certain records that they need, like to be in a society or just for their own curiosity. It's just interesting the different things people are looking for, and sometimes some very odd things. And I found it's wonderful with all the computer records now. The library has Heritage Quest and Ancestry Plus. And at a family reunion, we met some cousins who had been hunting for great-grandma for ages. They couldn't find her. And I came back and went into, I can't remember which one of those. It was
Right,
one of the two
computer.
databases, and within 15 minutes I found her and printed out some census records that had her and a lot of other relatives. So that was fun, and they were really excited.
You are good at finding people.
Well, we have good things to work with, and wonderful library resources, and now the internet.
Well, thank you so much, and it's great to be talking to award-winning volunteers.
Thank you.
Did you know that Digital Past is a local history digitization project in which over 20 libraries in northern Illinois participate? If you visit www.digitalpast.org, you'll find over 20,000 images of items such as photos, diaries, postcards, newspaper clippings, and more, which relate to the history of our area. The goal of the project is to make difficult-to-access, historically significant items available to thousands over the World Wide Web, and to showcase the historical richness of our area. If you'd like to learn more about the history of your area, check out Digital Past or check in with your local librarian. Remember, you can find help with all your information needs at your library. Recently, a special dinosaur exhibit opened at the Gail Borden Public Library. I'm talking to Jennifer Ford, who is the Adult Services Librarian here at the Gail Borden Public Library. But Jennifer, you've had another task recently.
Yes, I've been recruiting volunteers to do the Doseting, the Dino-Store, and the
Dino-Store, I get it, I get it.
And the greeter position for this wonderful exhibition that we're doing, this Giants African Dinosaurs.
And so now this exhibit goes through December, right?
Right.
So that's several months.
4 months.
And you're open long hours, so you must have needed to recruit a lot of volunteers.
Let me look at my cheat sheet here. We needed 5,600 docent hours.
Are you kidding me?
And we needed 2,176 greeter and store hours.
So you had it figured out what the goal was.
Now I do.
So how did you do it? Have you got all those slots filled?
I called, well, we have most of them filled. Every day I get more volunteers. We now have a cadre of maybe 180 volunteers. I get about 5 more applications every day.
Wonderful.
Usually what that takes is them walking in and saying, wow, can I help?
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Now, you get applications. Do you turn anybody down? Is there an interview? Is it hard?
There's a process. You know, they have to give a reference. We have a wonderful quality of volunteers. We have people who have won leadership awards in Elgin. We've had people who take leadership training in Elgin. The mayor's coming for training tonight.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes, so we're excited about that. Some of our board members, some of the Elgin Community College board members. I mean, we have gone to every list we know, and we have just a wonderful group of volunteers, many retired teachers. And I shouldn't forget, we have people on staff who've said, outside of my work hours, I'm going to come and help you. Where do you need me?
Oh, that's great. Well, it's going to really make the difference to have someone go around with you when you come to this exhibit and really explain things. And so if I just drop in, say next week, will there be a docent available to show me?
We are going to schedule drop-in tours. We're going to schedule times when groups can come and book a tour.
So if my book group wants to come?
Right, they call or they go online and they can book a group at a certain time. We have times that are available. If you just happen to walk in the library, we have no docents available. We have self-guided tour maps and people will help you everywhere.
That's great. Well, your good work was really going to play a big role here.
Oh, I hope so.
After we shot the segment on dinosaurs at the Gail Borden Library, we were on location at Dominican University in River Forest, and it was my pleasure to talk to Ed Velasquez, who holds the Follett Chair here at the library school. And he had some interesting insight in his work with rare books on how the word dinosaur was invented.
And what we're working with is a long run of books that were published by a society, a scientific society in England called the Paleontographical Society. It was founded in 1848, it still exists today, and they published some of the most important works about paleontology, about fossils, beginning in the 19th century. And they had a number of very famous scientists who actually wrote reports for them, including this report that Victoria worked on, which was done by Charles Darwin.
Himself.
By Charles Darwin himself. This book was printed in 1851, and it was published then 8 years before The Origin of Species. And Darwin worked on this book. It's actually a description of fossil barnacles of all things.
Oh my, so it's even more detailed than
It's
the
even more
fossils.
detailed, right. It's even more detailed than you would care to think about. But it was one of the earliest monographs about this. And from this work on barnacles, it gave evidence to Darwin that which he used in The Origin of Species. So the book is very, very important from that standpoint. And there were other famous scientists who worked as well doing reports for the Paleontographical Society. This report here is written by a paleontologist who worked at the British Museum. His name was Richard Owen. Richard Owen is the person who created the term dinosaur. He created the word dinosaur in 1842.
And what would he make now, the marketing hype?
I think he'd be, he was a relatively egotistical and vain man.
Oh, he'd love it then.
And so he would probably be very absorbed with this. He was very jealous of Darwin, and Darwin's success with The Origin of Species. So the two of them were enemies of sorts, and essentially Owen regretted that he didn't think of Darwin's idea first.
We got dinosaurs. What could
Well,
be
yeah,
better?
I know, that's right, but he wanted more.
Thanks for watching today. Be sure to visit your library either in person or online and find out what's new.